What's going on? The Boxing Source here once again, and this is a follow-up video to, the discussion I had the other day there with the podcast. And this is in reference to, of course, what happened in San Diego with the Emmanuel Navarrete, Charly Suarez fight. And yeah, like I was saying, tough break for Charly Suarez because, that cut came from a punch. Didn't necessarily come from a headbutt. I said there in the podcast, shout out to the production team that's out there, at least one of my guys there on the production team, for having that little angle that they had or putting it in super slow-mo that showed that Charly Suarez was able to get it in there with that punch to cause the cut before getting close quarters for any type of head clash or rubbing of the head or something like that, like Cosby showed the rubbing of the head, that whole thing, right? But given that it won't constitute the fight result to be completely reversed. Yeah, it is a decision win for Emmanuel Navarrete, but for me, I think the best that's going to happen is that they're going to change it to a no contest, and it'll just have no real result. For Charly Suarez, that could still open a possibility for a rematch with Emmanuel Navarrete, but it won't happen until, later on down the line, as, that was a pretty severe cut suffered by Emmanuel Navarrete there. So it's going to take some time for him to heal. It's going to take some time for him to get back into camp. And it's going to take some time for him to make weight. All right, yeah, don't worry about it. But still, the thing with Charly Suarez is that, he had that opportunity there. What is he at, like 36 years old, was able to build himself to be the top contender there in the WBO rankings and had that opportunity and, was involved in a very great scrap there with Emmanuel Navarrete, but just, had that opportunity right there and hit him, to cause the cut. But, the judge, the judging in reference to that particular instance, they said it was a headbutt, and I'm like, and I knew it was a punch from the jump. I felt like it was a punch from the jump, But very tough break for Charly Suarez there. And, we're going to see what happens here later on down the line. But I think it's going to, just kind of suit for a rematch late this year. But share your thoughts on it here and check out the channel and our content. All right. Peace.